love that curling is a team sport, that we're able to travel the world with friends and family and experience the journey with fans as well. The sport demands so much, whether it's fine motor skills or both physically and mentally taxing. And it's just a fun social sport that you're able to kind of make an extended family all over the world.
Everest is here to support you in the moments that matter. Learn how at Everest.
hospitality room last night in the Everest suite, but I did not. Stacy's husband is also the coach of this team. This is a tough shot. First shot of the game, fresh spot. The real challenge is if it over curls, you're going to chip that blue one maybe into the house and set up 3, maybe 4 even for Alberta in the first end. I would think if you hit the open one, I see her challenge. If she hits the open one, she won't be shot. So they'll, in all likelihood, well, not all likelihood, but Alberta could draw around the corner guard again. But then if they did that, then you could take on this shot. Let's see what Stacy's got for us here. She's a registered nurse at the Lake of the Woods District Hospital for the last 35 years. She wanted to shout out to her colleagues on 3rd East, the Medical Surgical ICU ward. So this is over-curled, but over-curled enough that it hit the guard hard and didn't chap it into the rings. But that was a tough shot. That's not the shot you want for your first shot of the game, I can promise you that. On the flip side, Atina Ford-Johnson. Atina, as I said, is a 1998 Olympic gold medalist with Team Schmerler. Her mother was the coach of that team. She's got a long rap sheet of curling accomplishments, right back to the 1990 Canadian Junior Championship skip for Team Saskatchewan. She's a competitive curling coach. I know her and her husband Wade. Wade's a Brier competitor in his own right. They're heavily involved in the Okotoks Curling Club. Business partner of mine, Dave Limpert, is in town there and says they run an awesome show there. So wants to go around the corner guard here, but just really needs to hit the rings. If this gets buried, that would be best. But wants to make sure she's in the house here. This is really curling. This is getting to be good line. If they can keep this rolling, I think this is going to end up being probably half buried. Just edge on edge, but a good spot. And Northern Ontario, Stacy really needs to come up with a double here. And they only, I guess the nose double's probably there, but that would be really risky. You probably want to hit this one on the centerline side across the top of Shot Rock and then out the side door. Your shooter will roll into the rings, might even roll over in front of that other one. That would be an absolute bonanza, as Johnny Moe would say. Doesn't really have a choice. There's no real good draw for her to get out of it, so. Needs to hit about 3/4 of this rock on the broom side, on the centerline side. Needs some weight, needs to have some takeout weight here. But a good start here for Team Alberta. See if Stacy can limit the damage. Wants a little bit less ice there. Stacy met her husband Michael while curling, of course. Curling does a lot of great things for people. This one is over curling. I think she's on the guard, folks, and this is going to be an open shot for 4. For Atina Ford-Johnson and Team Alberta in an early 4-0 lead if she can hit the rings, which I fully expect she will. So any paint will do, any piece of the paint. Anytime your skip has a draw, though, you want to show them the tee line, build their confidence. Skips are I know I'm on the mic here, but skips are a bit of a weird bunch. They're really sensitive. You want to build them up all the time. I'm joking, of course. All curlers are like that. No problem here from Atina, and a bit of a dream start for Team Alberta, out to a quick 4-0 lead on Northern Ontario. And so we're going to go to the first end break, and we'll see if Northern Ontario can bounce back when we get back right after this.
At every OK Tire store, you'll find a local owner who lives in your community, proudly offering full auto service. And when you shop with us, you're shopping local. OK Tire. Service, repair, and tires. It's going to be okay.
I love that curling is a team sport, that we're able to travel the world with friends and family and experience the journey with fans as well. The sport demands so much, whether it's fine motor skills or both physically and mentally taxing. And it's just a fun social sport that you're able to kind of make an extended family all over the world.
Everest is here to support you in the moments that matter. Learn how at everestfuneral.ca.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Brent Lang, coming to you live from the Vernon Curling Club here in beautiful Vernon, British Columbia. And if you tuned in to watch Team Alberta, you're pretty happy right now. That is a big 4-ender in the first end and taking early control of this game. So we'll see if Stacey, Haley, Donna, and Sue and Coach Michael can rebound from that. And you don't have to get them all back at once. As much as you'd love to answer back with 4, 5, even 6, 7, why not 8? You know, it's a tall order. So start with getting a corner guard up here. Lead Sue Kane. That's her job. Get this about halfway between the house and the hog line. This one needs to slow down and play the patience game. You know, you're off to a bit of a slow start, but this is a good shot. That's perfect. If they could end up with a score of 2 here, I think that would be success. Alberta's going to do everything they can to not do that. Atina calling for the tight guard. So Atina wanted to make sure that we shouted out to all of the members of the Okotoks Curling Club, but specifically to the ladies teams in the Wednesday Night League and her teammates in that league, Lisa, Val, and Christine. And then to all of the junior curlers in our competitive junior academy on Wednesday afternoons. She says they very much appreciate your support and have the banner you gave them hanging up on the wall in our hotel room. Always great to see a community, a curling club, get behind their teams when they win the honor, earn the honor to represent their province. One of the great things about our game. So it slipped in, but that's no problem. I like this call from Stacey, straight around the corner guard, put some pressure on Alberta if they can. Little heavy here. Line was good, but I think it's going to slide out the back. Can't see the overhead. I don't know that hung on. So now Alberta's going to get to guard the middle. This one's a little bit heavy. End up playing the bump. No harm there, though. That's a good result. simple for Tina to hit and stay there, and it will probably look the same in any spot on the sheet. But you want to make her at least have to guess a little bit on the spot and how much it's going to curl. And if she's just seen it, there's no guesswork involved. So hit and roll into the 4 foot or right across to the back. The side 8 foot would be really good. This one's gone, folks. She got this one curling early. And an unforced error. And unfortunately for Team Northern Ontario, a free draw to the rings for 3 points for Team Alberta, and they will be able to take a 7-2 lead here. That's a commanding lead after 3 ends. An uphill battle, to say the least, for Team Northern Ontario. So Tina going to choose to go the draw the button path. So any piece of the paint will do. Curler, the sweeper's not touching it at all. I don't like seeing that if I'm the thrower. It makes me nervous. Starting to curl now, though. Really needs to slow down. Ooh, Tina might have thrown this one through. Will it stick around? It doesn't need much of the paint, just a little bit. I don't know. That might be a measure. They kicked it, so they know whether it's in or out. I don't know, folks. We'll have to wait and see, but we will be right back after this break, and it's either 6-2 or 7-2. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back, and the update was that did hang on for Tina Ford Johnson, and that's a 7-2 lead for Alberta after 3 ends. And Northern Ontario ladies team going to have to really dig their heels in if they want to battle back into this game. Corey Morris for Alberta, probably being asked to throw this right to the top of the button, top 4 foot. Don't need any guards if you're Alberta now. And make no mistake, this is perfect. So Northern Ontario needs some corner guards, needs some rocks in play. Again, hard to get them all back at once, but multiple score of points here would be nice. This looks, we're sweeping it like it's close, but it looks heavy. This one needs to stop. Needs to stop. Will not. So, Corey will get a rare chance to throw a takeout. Leads don't throw a ton of takeouts, but she'll have no trouble with this, I'm sure. That one a little inside a target line, I think, but pretty good looking shot here. Wants to roll right in front of her other one if she could. Trying to hold it straight, and good looking shot. Didn't quite roll in front of it, but rolled in the rings. So I think Northern Ontario still needs a corner guard, but let's see what they decide to do. So looking for the corner guard as predicted. Sweeper's walking beside it like it might be a little hot. Let's see, overthrow this one as well. This one's coming right in the rings. Maybe make a hit and roll. Maybe I missed the call. Surely that couldn't have been a corner guard, but maybe. So simple for Alberta now. They're through the free guard zone. Anything they see, they'll hit. If they see yellow, they'll hit yellow. Sherry Pickering was the one who made that fantastic hit and roll last end to set up the two, and then they got an unforced error late from skip Stacy Sajewski from Northern Ontario, and were able to get 3 points on the board. Northern Ontario's got to draw around that. You got to draw right through that hole, right to the back one. That's fine too. You could draw around there. Definitely needs to be a draw. You can't be hitting any of these. These are almost like guards. She's going to throw a guard. Okay, I can buy into that too. Line is really good on this one. Can they get it by? They do, but now it needs to stop. And it does. It's second shot, so that's a really good shot there. A little tricky one for Alberta to hit. Wants to hit, but gonna draw. Nothing wrong with that. So Alberta in control of another end here, but drawing, which is a little bit uncomfortable when you're up 5, but this is looking good. Going to get to that yellow, maybe even bump it back in lie 3. Not quite. So opportunity here. I think that yellow one's still third shot, so Northern Ontario's got something going. Donna Queen being tasked with another come around here. We're seeing a lot of standing still by the sweepers here today, just walking beside it. Sweeping this one to try and get the tick, I think. Just missed it, but I'm going to go right through to the back. Now there's a pretty makeable double on the yellows. Hit and roll over to the yellow. Shannon Morris, intern takeout. Wants to get this one to cross the face. They're going to get through the hole, but not going to make the double. Going to roll the other way. Needs to sit. You know what? That's a pretty good result, too. They won't be disappointed with that. But still some opportunity for Northern Ontario. So still sticking with the drawing around. They're not going to get shot rock here. This is... I like the idea of getting another one buried, but you need to make a play to the middle here. You need to be shot rock when this stops, ideally. They've been working this one the whole way. Line looks very good. If they can get this by, line is perfect. Just a little bit heavy. And that's going to be third shot. So will Alberta draw down to that one, or will they say, you know what, the action's in the middle, maybe we bump ours up or do something in the middle? I think that's probably when you're up 5, this is the defensive call. If you can make this freeze, that would eliminate, it's almost like a double takeout if you could make this freeze right on the nose of this back one. Because it would eliminate those two from scoring, more than likely. Ladies think it's quite heavy. Back 12, I think I heard. Back 12 on its own. As long as it gets through this hole, I think it's always going to curl over that enough to stay. And that is very, very good. They can draw down to it, though. Now this draw makes a little bit of sense, but there's still some trouble in the middle. Haley Smith with the intern draw. Same thing she just threw. I'd expect her to be close. I want this one to be right back on it, but stay on the center line side. This one has a long way to curl. This is way out there. It's coming hard now, though. If the weight is right, this looks very good. Just rolls off, but pretty good. A tough one for Alberta to deal with. They could play the run back without too much risk. Or you could hit that pretty hard and it's going to leave town a lot of times. So it looks like she's going to play a little bit of weight here. That's not enough ice just to play the freeze. But I think playing like back line or hack is probably easier for this shot anyway. With how much it curls with draw weight, this would probably over curl the freeze to get through that hole. So probably back line, try and get to the nose a little bit low, bump it back, lie 2 or 3. This one's really got to go for line. Can they hold it? I don't think so. Time to get off and let it chip hard and roll into that other one. Bump it up like that. So not exactly what they had in mind, but opened up shot rock. Northern Ontario's got to draw to a very small spot here. Right where their broom is where they want this. And then you might see a hit and roll on the back one from Alberta behind it for shot rock. So that's the challenge. But if you come right down to the back ones on the back forefoot, there might be a double. So I think kind of just biting the center line, just an inch buried, top forefoot, full forefoot would be a really good spot here. Chance for Stacey though. Chance for 2 here for Northern Ontario. Needs to be second shot or first shot. Like needs to outcount all the blues in there. Speed wobble there. Hopefully she's okay. This one is going to over curl, I think. Really curling. So Alberta now going to get to hit to lie 5. Oh, this one's still going. Never mind. Still with the hit to lie 5. And put some serious pressure. She could roll low if she wants. I mean, if it hits into that blue one, it's never staying there, and the blue one's not going anywhere. Hit and roll, yeah, right back there. That would work. Nose isn't bad either. And Stacey, whatever, if Atina Ford Johnson is successful here, Stacey's going to have a lot of pressure on her. Alberta, it's been all Alberta this game really so far, but that was a good chance, and she had great weight. Just the line was a bit of a challenge. So outturn hit, nose hit. Ideally, she did see it. Ideally, she hits and rolls right to the back of the button. But doesn't want it to get too cute. And this is really tight. She's gone for this one. This one's going to jam. Oh, no, it didn't. So it spun out of there still. So it's a good shot. Lying a lot. That's 4 blue ones and already up 5. Big shot upcoming for Stacey Sajewski and Team Northern Ontario. So let's see what she's got here. This is why I don't skip, folks. I don't want to draw against 4. Are you kidding me? I was always much better. Craig Saville and I, long time best man at my wedding, long time front end teammate. We were way better at pointing the finger, and I say that tongue in cheek. I never really blamed anybody, but I didn't want that on my shoulders necessarily. So it's up to the sweepers now. Got this one out there. I think line's gonna curl though. This is really swinging. Oh, they gotta go hard to hold this line. Will it get by the top one? And I don't know if it will. The weight is close again. Can they get it by? Rex on the top, and that's going to be $1 million for Alberta. That's going to be 4 blue. Unfortunate. Another great speed. Stacey has great weight, but just didn't get the line, and that's going to be an 11-2 lead for Alberta. We'll be back after the 4th end break.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
At every OK Tire store, you'll find a local owner who lives in your community, proudly offering full auto service. And when you shop with us, you're shopping local. OK Tire. Service, repair, and tires. It's going to be okay.
Okay, folks, we're back. And if you tuned in to cheer on Team Alberta, you probably got a grin ear to ear. They have been absolutely dominant in this game so far. Team from Northern Ontario, a little bit shell-shocked here, I'm sure. But, you know, just been a little bit off on a shot here and there, and Alberta's been strong. And like I said, Stacey threw two last end that were the right speed, just didn't get him on the right line. And unfortunately for Northern Ontario and their fans, this is a pretty lopsided affair, but what can you do? Stacy and team said they've got some family in town, which is pretty cool. It's always great to see a family affair. And so son Joshua and daughter-in-law Brooke made the trip to Vernon with their grandchildren Wyatt and Lainey. So it'd be cool to see them running around the club and cheering on grandma. Unfortunately, Stacy is competing with a heavy heart this week. Her father John passed away on November 25th. Condolences to Stacy and the rest of the family. He, along with her mother Bev, were scheduled to attend the event as part of the family boater club. He shared his love of the sport with Stacy, and they spent many countless hours watching and participating together. I'm sure he is looking down and watching this week, Stacy, and super proud of what you've been able to accomplish. Curling is one of the great family sports. Those families that it's interwoven into, it will be in there for generations, I think. So many people are introduced to this great game by their parents. I know that's common in other sports, but it seems to be almost the only way to get into curling. Very rarely do I run into a first-generation curler. That's something we need to change in our sport. How do we get those people involved that their family don't have any background in our sport? Anyway, back to the action here, and pretty simple strategy for Alberta now. If it's yellow, take it out. And for Northern Ontario, again, I mean, the odds of winning this game are not very high. So let's try and put a couple of good ends together, build some confidence, get more comfortable with the ice. Again, like I said, this is only their third game. Bit of a disadvantage starting in here. I don't know how that really happens in the draw, where this is Alberta's fifth game. So they're much more comfortable with the ice, and it's Northern Ontario's third game. So unless the website is out, it says they've only played 2 games, which is a strange situation, a strange occurrence at a national championship. This one needs to slow down. Will it stop for? Not quite. Slides in. So we're going to see a takeout from Alberta every time they... Sherry with the outturn takeout. Impressed with this Alberta team. Not that I'm not impressed with Northern Ontario, but Alberta's look pretty solid. I see those Alberta jackets and I have flashbacks to all the times Alberta beat us in all those Briars. So I don't personally like the look of that Alberta uniform, even though I did wear it a couple of times playing with Team Cooey, and that was a strange feeling. But at the end of the day, you play for the guys you're with, you play for yourself, you play for maybe your families, and everything else is just a bonus. It's an honor to represent your province, but I've never felt the weight of the province or the weight of the country or any of that stuff that people talk about. Maybe I'm naive, maybe I'm stupid, but I always played for the people who were in the inner circle, who put in the time and effort, who helped us get to where we were going, and I knew they had my back no matter what. So it was never any pressure you feel from outward. It was always what we put on ourselves, what I put on myself. Here's a nice corner guard, and I think the ice is fast. The ice has been so good. Everybody raving about it that I've talked to. And to be brutally honest, if anybody tells me it's bad, I'm going to question them. I definitely would ask them what they don't like, because to me, it's so good. It almost makes me want to put my shoes on and go out there after the last draw at 9 or 10 at night and throw some rocks. So here comes the Pickering Peel. This one's curling a bit, but close to the double. Okay, opportunity there. Not too far off, but not what she wanted. She wanted to roll out there. A little thinner, make that double even. So Northern Ontario is going to try and hide them. They need to find some invisible rocks here that Alberta can't find. And they need to get them in the rings. So we'll see if Donna Queen can make that happen. This one's a little bit wide. If the weight is right, though, it will definitely curl. Like this sheet is really swinging. This is on a really good line. If it has the right speed, it'd be great if this would stay in the 8-foot, at least outcount the left blue one, which it will. That's a great shot from Donna Queen. That's exactly where you would really walk that one down to. Looks like it's even second shot. So Alberta wants to open this up. Could even spin their blue one into the house if this is hit exactly right. Shannon Morris has the task of making that happen. Shannon comes from a family of curlers as well. I think probably everybody does. Mom Marilyn and Dad Terry, the most influential people in her curling life. Said Heck Gervais, there's a blast from the past, had a huge impact on her curling career. This one's got a curl. I don't know if this is going to touch it. Oh, an open miss there, and chances for Northern Ontario now. Hector Gervais was larger than life, I think literally. I never met the man, but some of the pictures and the stories I've heard, pretty cool to have that type of influence in your curling life. So now going to deal with these ones in the middle by the looks of it, maybe bump them back. Needs to do some curling. It is curling though, it's going sideways. Bump that, maybe split it off the other one. Pretty good result there. You can see there's trouble taking that one out too. I think if I'm Tina, I might take on that double peel again and get that blue and spinning in the rings. They've got some work to do over here, only because Alberta's second and third shot would I even consider that. Nothing wrong with this call either. You're okay to give up 2 for sure. Even 3 is not, 3 you're still up 6 with only 3 ends to go. Key when you're up a whole bunch is not to do anything that helps the other team. Don't make any mistakes that. There's a good shot. Like if she had have over curled and jammed that in there, that's this type of stuff you got to avoid when you got a big lead. So another chance, trying to freeze one on the corner. Good call here. Could go around the corner again, but this is fine. Trying to get something in there that Alberta struggles to remove. This one's really curling. Holy smokes. It's that soft handle of Northern Ontario. That's the disadvantage of not having played extra games on this ice. They're still adjusting to this versus their home curling club. And there's very few curling clubs that have this much curl. Dave Merklinger and his team here have done a great job getting the ice ready and giving the athletes, giving the curlers a surface where really any shot is possible. Good speed, lots of curl, curler's dream. So Tina Ford Johnson here. Skip of Team Alberta. She met her husband through curling as well. A lot of romantic connections this week, husband and wife, partners. She said Sandra Schmerler's team set them up. I'll have to ask her about that story. This is close, but this is good. I don't think they have anything to panic about here. Key was just opening up shot rock. That takes anything more than 2 points is highly unlikely now. Tina would have to have an open miss because that one is wide open to take out now that she made that great double peel. I think the rules probably state that teams need to play 6 ends minimum before they're able to concede. One of the interesting things about our sport is that you can concede, you can quit before the game is officially over. Not like hockey or basketball where if you're getting blown out, you kind of got to go through the motions and finish the game. So for better or for worse, curling's always been one where you can concede even before you're mathematically eliminated. It's the only sport I know of like that.